Alright. Welcome to SideboardMTG. My name's Eric, and it's time for another of Dev's deck. We've got John Reanimator here. Dev's wanting to cheat some things into play the classic way by bringing them back from the graveyard. Not ramping and all this other stuff. Like, who wants to ramp, right? Nah, let's just bring them back from the grave. You know what? Hey, let's ramp a little bit too. He got some ramp cards in here. Anyway, we're gonna be playing with some Reanimator. I hope you guys like tonight's show. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you like the content in general, as always, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help support the channel, there's a number of ways you can do that. They're all in the description box. And let's look at this deck, shall we? What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? All right, we're gonna be playing with some of this craziness here. I'm excited. Jiz has already said it in the comments. He's like, Eric's gonna be excited about this one. It's playing Liliana. You know it, guys. You know it. Liliana is one of my favorite planeswalkers. I always like Reanimator style decks, so I'm loving to see Dev's take on Reanimator. I'm currently working on a Sultai Reanimator myself, so we'll see what Dev's got. Maybe I can pick up some pointers here, find some things that I like from this, and maybe put those into my Sultai idea. So that's how I think a lot of people build. You see something like, I like that interaction. I think if I can pull that off in this other deck, I might want to add it to it. So hopefully we'll find some really cool interactions. One of the first ones that I'm excited about, where's my mouse? There we go, is Divest. Now, when I looked at this card, I just straight up thought to myself, hey, we target our opponent, we make them discard, an artifact or a creature card. But Dev has, he's looking at this a whole nother way. I mean, we can target them, we can remove from them if they're an aggressive deck, and we need to, hold them off of their aggressive creatures. But we could also just target ourselves, pitch one of our big guys, like Darzagath, or Darzagaz? Reincarnated. The reincarnated one. There we go. The Phoenix Dragon. That's what I want to call it. Phoenix Dragon. It comes back like a phoenix, hatched from an egg. Not from the ashes, hatch it from an egg. Anyway. The reincarnated. I like it. I like the card. I wish it had something else on it. Like, I don't know. Like, call me greedy. Flying Trample Haste is not enough for me. I just think that anything that could remove this card in the first place is going to exile it, and then we're not going to get the whole rest of the text there. Like, that's going to be meaningless to us. So I kind of really think that, I just wish it had something else. I don't know, where else could they put text on this card? I don't know, but yeah, Flying Trample Haste 7/7, that should be enough, right? If it's not, we've got some non-flying, but we got Trample Hexproof, cannot be countered. Now this is, I like this. I actually expect we might hardcast this from time to time. So, Carnage Tyrant, just awesome card. I mean, there's a reason this thing's like 20 bucks a piece, right? And then of course, Torgar. I'm torn on this card. I think that Torgar could have been a number of cards. I think that we could have put a lot of things in this spot. He even said something about Chaos Maul in as budget options, and honestly, instead of 2 Torgars, I would like to try 1 Torgar and a Chaos Maul, but that's not what Dev's got. Let me pull up that Chaos Maul real quick. So Chaos Maul, when it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to each other creature. I mean, it's just, a board wipe. And I think that Chaos Maul would be really good in this deck. However, maybe not. I mean, maybe Torgar is the better way to go. But, I want to kill those creatures, But, if we're just doing that Reanimator thing and we haven't really gotten to, start getting in on damage and stuff, Torgar is going to knock them down to 10 life real quick. And that can be handy too as well, so. Hope it's a... What? For the Horde? Getting your clothes ready for an interview tomorrow. Well, good luck, dude. Man, wear it out. management position for your current work. Nice. So promotion interview. Oh yeah. Well, if they're bringing you in for an interview, man, that you've got this. Just be you. You're probably already awesome at it, like most things that I've known you in. Anyway, let's look at this sideboard here. We've got some duresses. We've got Scrap Heap Scrounger. I like this card, and it will help us in those control matchups and stuff. It's like, hey, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, keep coming at you with my Scrappy here, and pitching them in the graveyard is great. Thrashing Brontodon, great way to deal with it, you know, problematic enchantments, things like that. We're worried about Seal Away or something, you know. Thrashing Brontodon can definitely come in and help deal with that. What's up, Rush? Golden Demise. Golden Demise is just a great card. I like Golden Demise. J Long, thank you for subscribing, sir. Golden Demise is one of those just board wipes. Like I kind of wanted Gehenni's Expertise, but it is a good card. He said that the other idea was for Fatal Push here, and he went for Golden Demise instead. I'm a big fan of Gehenni's Expertise in these type of decks, but Golden Demise is also a really good card. Then I like the fact that it is giving negatives instead of what? Curving Swagger, thank you for subscribing. New Stream Boss at that. Look at there. All right. Vraska's Contempt, the last card here in our sideboard. And, I mean, you can't really be running black without it somewhere in the 75. There is a couple cards that you could substitute for Vraska's Contempt if you are looking for budget options. I know this is still like 12 bucks a piece, but if you're more worried about Planeswalkers, you could always go with something like Never to Return. Now, that is sorcery speed. It's not going to be quite as good as Vraska's Contempt, but you do get a body from it later, and that body could save you 2 life. So, in a way, it's kind of the same in that aspect, but it's going to cost you a lot more mana. It's sorcery speed, and it will eat something out of the graveyard, though, so that is handy about Never to Return. The other option is the Black Hour. Hour of Glory? No. Is it? The Black Hour. Is it Hour of Glory? Either way, it will... Man, I've got to know. I have to know. I think it's Hour of Glory. Yeah, Hour of Glory. It'll exile a target creature, so if you're more worried about creatures like the Reanimator or something, or like the Scarab God or something like the Reanimator, the Scarab God or something like that, then you could always run Hour of Glory. But I prefer Vraska's Contempt because it's instant speed and gives you that option to deal with both. So you're confused why this doesn't have Journey to Eternity. Yeah, you know, I was curious about that self. I was like, man, you would think with all the Reanimator decks, like all the creatures and stuff he has that can die and things like that, that Journey would be in here somewhere, but it's Dev's deck, man, so we're gonna run it like that. I do agree. I think that the deck could afford a Journey to Eternity somewhere in the deck. I mean, you put it on a Merfolk Branchwalker and let that thing get killed, or you've got Brash in the sideboard, which can pretty much just kill himself. These are really good things. So what, Roman? No, don't say that. Dev builds for all types of players, and not all decks are the same here. Let's make sure I got the deck. Yeah, all right, we got all the cards. Manatraders. This thing was 270 bucks, guys. I definitely want to say that if you want to pick this deck up, you want to play this for yourself, then check out Manatraders. Like, renting cards is like just a great way to do things. I mean, it lets you play all of Dev's decks without going and buying Dev's decks. So that could be a plus. That could be a plus. Either way, we're gonna jump into a match here and see what happens. Hopefully, we can throw some things in the graveyard, bring some things back from the graveyard. You know, reanimate. I think John's good colors for it. I mean, the only reason it really being red is Cathartic Reunion. We could divest one of these Torgars if we have to. We don't have green. Seems like a bad hand. We don't have any milkshakes. I mean, we've got one milkshake. It's a little bitty milkshake, like kid size, you know. It's only gonna bring one boy to the yard. Did you guys watch that, the deck tech? What do y'all think about milkshakes? What do you think about calling them milkshakes? Wow, and then we could just get all land. Come on, Magic the Gathering. What is going on? I'll keep. I mean, I should have kept the first hand. Now, yeah, we'll keep our red source here. I'm gonna divest our opponent. We'll see what we're working with. And man, that's just a horrible start. I should have kept the double black in the divest and just had faith. It's the first game I've played with the deck. I haven't really developed faith with it yet. That Bomat Courier might be really difficult for us to deal with, so I'm going to go ahead and deal with it, and we'll just deal with Soulscar Mage. So let me pull up his hand. We'll set that over there so you guys can keep an eye on that. He did play his Mountain, Soulscar Mage, and pass. I think I'll hang on to the next divest. Just a little bit louder. Okay, opponent. He played another mountain, so he drew a mountain. Okay. He's still got one card we don't know about, though, right? Oh, I mean, he drew. Yeah, he's got 5 cards. I want to get to Liliana. I want to start making zombies, and I don't think that cycling this is the right action right now. What's up, Brandon? How you doing, man? I am curious about divesting him next turn. Okay, there went the Canyon Slough. Oh, yes. So, yeah, we'll Jade Light Ranger. See if he abrades it. Ooh, Carnage Tyrant. We'll put that in the grave. We drew a land. Divest the opponent. We wanted that land, so that's perfect. If he wants to abrade this, it's fine. He has a Chandra and okay, well, all right. Let's go. He abrades here. He's going to Chandra on his turn. I'm okay with all of this. So, Mountain, Chandra, Prowess. I mean, we're just gonna reanimate Carnage Tyrant. I mean, it's not that early, but reanimate Carnage Tyrant. Pass. Okay. Hi, Jizza. What's up, man? Zombie Dino. You are right, good sir. Zombie Dino. So we know he has his burn spell. Oh no. I don't want to do that. Canyon Slough exiled. We take a little damage. I mean, he is punching us here. We know he has a kill spell, but we can also, like, crush Chandra here. Nope, he's not going to swing. We will make a zombie, which, again, we know we can kill. We put a Servant of the Conduit and Dragon Skull Summit in the grave. I do think that I swing at Chandra. Oh, I shouldn't have done this yet. Now he has a target, so he can do it now and save Chandra a little bit of health. Nope, he wants to kill Liliana, it looks like. Cycles a Canyon Slough. Doesn't look like he's going to kill Liliana unless he... Okay, there's a Bomat. He's got 3 cards. No swings. I mean, is Carnage Tyrant going to be enough? Okay, well... I could have done this first and then like possibly had a target worth killing Liliana for, but I don't think so. We've already got one in our grave. I want a big dude, so I'm going to put it on top of my library, and then I'm going to put it on in the graveyard, so I can just have a bigger Jade Light Ranger. And Carnage Tyrant's going to start getting in there. Let's do this. This is looking pretty good. Do I have any idea for Disciple of Gix? I'll have to actually look at Disciple of Gix. Like, so no. I haven't looked at Disciple of Gix enough to go, hey, I want to build around that. But there's a lot of cards in Dominaria that I went, those would be cool to build around. And then just kind of moved on. There were so many cards in Dominaria that was like, man, that's a cool card. So, oh, the one that exiles the top card of your library. You can cast cards from exile. You can pay 4 mana to exile the top card of your library. That sort of thing. Is that what we're talking about here? Is he going to burn me out? Is that the plan? Okay, I mean, I may just Torgar here. At me. Yeah, I block. I could have taken it. Yeah, I probably should have taken it. Went to 3 and then Torgar and brought my health back up. Well, we are going to bring back Torgar. And go back to 10. 10's much safer, and Torgar's pretty cool. I do want to just flip over a Dargaz, though. See, I think Dargaz would have been better if it said, if it enters the graveyard from anywhere, then exile it instead with 3 egg counters on it. I think that would have been better. Dargaz, the Avatar zombie. Right? Avatar zombies. Right, I should have taken that damage and just kept myself at like, just went to 3 because he was tapped out. So I didn't have to lose that zombie, which meant that I would have had another blocker to help protect Liliana here, but he's dead. He's so dead. He's so dead. I mean, he can block Bomat here, block Soulscar Mage here, go to 1. Okay. Well, I mean, Lily's going to die. We have the mana, though. I mean, we'll cast anything. So, just anything off the top. Is he going directly at us? Just going for what? I mean, you're dead on board. What am I missing? but he's dead. Okay. What are you doing, opponent? Okay, so against red deck, or same red deck. This is the red black vehicles deck. So it's probably Thrashing Brontodon, Golden Demise. Definitely going to want Thrash here. I think Thrash comes in place of Jade Light Ranger. Maybe not that many because Jade Light is really good. I kind of wish this was the black one instead right now. Or maybe split these, Merfolk Branchwalker, and because like you're wanting to buy time in this deck, right? Like Merfolk Branchwalker, I think the Seeker's Squire is a better card. Because like you're not trying to be aggressive in this deck on turn 2. You're trying to like defend yourself till you can get into the point, like the position to bring some big things back. And I just like the power toughness flip on the Squire, and that's kind of how I choose whether I want Merfolk Branchwalker or Squire. And do I plan on making my powerful stuff happen on turn 5 or 6, or do I want to be aggressive? And this is a more aggressive creature, and I think Seeker Squire would be better here. I am going to cut one Branchwalker though. The one toughness it just bothers me. Like you know, he chain whirlers, then we're going to be in some we're going to have some problems. Opponent punt. Oh. Opponents like everyone punts, man, and being able to capitalize on when someone else makes a mistake in a game is part of Magic. Absolutely. So, I mean, your statement's not horrible, Roman, but if I mean, you don't like the gameplay, man, I can't help like what the opponent does. I can try to control my punts, which I do try. We're definitely going to get down our red source first here. I mean, at least we are going to have Torghaz down, or Torgar. Maybe we'll top deck another big fatty right here, you know. Oh man, opponent's got one of those Karn Chandra hands, huh? So we will play a Swamp, play Cathartic Reunion. I'll get rid of a Swamp. Since I already have it, my Woodland Cemeteries are going to be great. I'll get rid of a Swamp and Torgar. And we get Branchwalker, land. Alright, well, land. Okay. I mean, we take what we can get. 3 mana, what do we got here? Doomfall, bye Lily. Adios. Next turn we play Brash. Put down our 3/4 and say, hey, what? Right, I think we had our opponent beat clean anyway. I don't think it was, like, what punt did the opponent make there? I mean, until he was already dead. He couldn't get us to 0. So, our punt was not just taking the extra 3 damage and having an extra zombie. So, like, I don't know what, like, punt the opponent made there. Maybe I just didn't see it. Woodland Cemetery. And... you know, I would like to get some lands off the top of my library, but we can do that next turn. Let's get down our 3/4. I always say one of the best ways to, you know, beat red decks is to just kill them. Like, finish them before they can incrementally just, you know, burn you down. So, I do want to get a 3-powered body out here. I mean, Merfolk Branchwalker can be really good for that, so maybe Branchwalker is the better card there. I mean, considering this is not necessarily a red deck, he does have some bow mats, things like that, but he's not necessarily a red deck. Blossoming Defense, or Blooming Marsh, I mean, sorry, Blossoming Defense. Let's go ahead and play that. Another land. Okay, well, I mean, I do want to kill this because I don't want him to end up with like a Heart of Kieran or something like that, and be able to start crewing with it. So I want to kill this. So if he does swing with it, I'll block. I mean, or we could wait, and hold up for Thrashing Brontodon. Let Thrash swing into it. I mean, do we take the 3 here? I'll take the 3. I expect a PNLR this turn anyway, so. You made Arcane Adaptation deck on the Reddit. Yeah, smash that scrap. Ooh, Ballista. So do we hardcast it? Do I not have enough? 5? Oh. Alright. Well, telegraph that, right? Okay. For some reason I was thinking it was 7. I should have looked at 6. That's my punt. So now the opponent knows we're holding a Torgar. I mean, with Torgar, I am more willing to take damage. So, block here, shoot here. Yep. Alright, well, I mean, that's about all we can do. Why is Walking Ballista in nearly every deck? It's a great card. It's, like, this close to being banned. I mean, like, it's almost bannable. It's modern playable. It's a good card, man. Like, wow. I mean, Walking Ballista is just, it's good. I mean, I don't know much else to say about it other than it's just a good card. Okay, well, I mean, if he shoots... Oh, yes! Sweet baby. He plays his Planeswalker, we play our Planeswalker. I think this first one's going to take him down. Well, not think. Like, we're going to take him down because we don't want to lose 4 life to play it when we can make him lose 7. And then we've got 1 in our hand, so if he deals enough damage to us, and with the new nerf to Chandra, he can't kill our Liliana. So Liliana gets to stick around. Like, that's one of the cool things about the new change. I mean, it did nerf Chandra a little bit. Chandra used to be able to deal damage, you know, like you could redirect damage to an opponent to a Planeswalker, but now it has to be to, you know, what used to say a player, then those can be, those will now be ratified for player or Planeswalker. Either way. If it targeted, you know, that sort of thing. Token, Arcane, Goblin, Sack Dude, Red X spell. Okay. Token deck with Rat Colony and Arcane Adaptation. And you're calling them all rats? I mean, is that what we're doing? So does he play the Chandra so that he can have a bigger Chandra? No, he did not. Okay. So he eats Walking Ballista. 3 mana, unlicensed disintegration. Well, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can't do it this turn unless we create a zombie. I think I just want to cycle. We've got a bunch of black, so I'm just going to cycle. And if we end up taking some damage here this next turn, really, then we'll just hardcast the Torgar. The unlicensed disintegration is a real card, so... Well, that was rude of the opponent. More Jun, Steven. That's right, more Jun. Okay. Mountain off the top. Glorybringer. It's going to do all the things. Does he exert? Does he hit Liliana? Does he hit me? Are we dead? We are just dead! Oh, wow. Nice play, opponent. I should have sacked the zombie and went up the extra point of health. Just the 1 point would have changed things. And Torgar wouldn't have been able to be killed by Glorybringer. So, yikes. Alright, well, I think Vraska's Contempt needs to come in. And let's take out... I'm not taking Torgar out, actually. Not against this particular deck. We're on the play, so Servant's probably going to be better than normal. Bronton. Do we want the Brontodon? Let's take out Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. Just... I mean, I know we might be able to get one of his Chandras or something back, but I think that if he's able to control the board at all, we're not going to have, I don't know, Torgar. We really need more like Carnage Tyrants, maybe even more like small creatures, like just castable creatures between before turn 5. So I don't know. I don't want to take Divest out. I wouldn't mind bringing the other Branch Walker back in just to give me another body to make him have to deal with it. But I don't know what to take out. Maybe one Thrash and just run it like that. Duress. Man, I want to bring in Duress, but most of his spells I'm not... I don't know. Maybe we should do it so that we... I don't know. Maybe we should have brought in Duress here. This is going to be a bad hand. I mean, we're holding all of our big things. If we get a Cathartic Reunion, it could be awesome. It seems really risky. I am going to keep it because of the Branch Walker. We do have play, so I will keep it. But it's a very risky hand. I'm going to lead with the Dragon Skull Summit so that we can be untapped turn 2 and 3. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Duress might have needed to come in. Maybe I should have cut back on Daragaz and or something like that. So, Bowmat Courier. I don't know whether I'm hoping for a land or not off of this. There's a Blooming Marsh. Okay. Now I'm no longer hoping for a land off of this Merfolk Branchwalker. Now I want it to grow. Nope, it was a land. Okay, well, here we go. Let's see what happens. And Bowmat gets in. I mean, I would shoot this now and get the Bowmat in. Maybe it was Golden Demise. Like, maybe that was what I needed to bring in. This is the cheapest one to cast, so I'm actually going to hang on to Carnage Tyrant. Although it's the most important to get back. Let's throw down these guys here. Actually, this would be the cheapest one to cast. Maybe I should throw down Carnage Tyrant. If I can get some other small... I don't know. We don't have any other small bodies right now, so... Don't duress me, opponent. Alright, I'm just going to pass. Yeah, we could have played a different land, bluffed, or something like that, but... just going to go this route. We're just going to... I mean, it's not like we're casting anything with it. We've used our mana for this turn, so we'll get in some sweet F6 value and go from there. Rainbow Rocket. Look at... What? What? Wow, okay. I mean, we can stabilize with Torghaz. I mean, we're going to play Liliana and bring back Daragaz. No, we're not. There goes Lily. Okay, so we're gonna wait 2 turns, and we're gonna go Carnage Tyrant, then Daragaz the turn after that. So I mean, at least we've got the mana. We're going to be casting Daragaz unless he kills us before then. So right, we just got to live long enough. Your favorite deck right now is Mono Red Champion of the Flame aggro. Dude, Champion of the Flame is like... Everyone was looking at Valduk like, Valduk's going to be awesome. Valduk is backup in that deck for Champion of Flame. Like, Champion is so good. It ain't pretty here, guys. This ain't pretty. I mean, Carnage Tyrant's going to be decent. So, we'll see what happens, but... I'm a little worried. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit worried here. I know a Golden Demise would be decent. I mean, aren't we still dead? Are we still dead? Well, we don't have lifelink. Like, we don't have any real way to gain life without top decking a Liliana to bring back, you know, Tora. So, although, you know, the Maul would be good here too. So he's gonna crew. I'm going to block the one with the least amount of cards under it. I mean, he might have an answer to this, but I think this is our best bet. Alright, well, of course we're not swinging here. So the plan is, if he goes to Unlicensed Disintegration, I pop the Thrashing Brontodon, just sacrificing it to kill the Heart of Kirin. He crews. I mean, he's about to draw a ton of cards. Alright, so Torghast could get us killed here. He's got the unlicensed disintegration in hand. So, like, if we play Torghast, we're dead. So, like, we can't play Torghast. So we're dead anyway. Alright, well, good games, opponent. Good games. Right? No regrets. YOLO. I mean, he maybe he didn't have it. Maybe he didn't. But we couldn't, like, finish him that turn anyway. No life gain, nothing like that. Man, that makes me want, like, Cartouche or something in the sideboard. Black Cartouche in the sideboard would be epic in this deck. Bring back one of those big dudes, 7 powers, or 8 power after that. Man, that would be mean. Put it on a Carnage Tyrant. Just thinking, it would be pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, like, that hurt to lose like that, but you know, I mean, we were doing our things. He waited to the precise right moment to actually cast his duress. We're going to mulligan this hand, and we'll keep this. It doesn't have a green source, but I'm still going to keep it. We'll put that on the bottom. We do not need more big bodies, not without a Cathartic Reunion. So we'll just play the swamp. Now we've got, you know, a green source for our Merfolk Branchwalker, which is not bad. You run 4 Filigree familiar in your sideboard of your build. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so like you get the extra life gain there, right? Okay, and the card draw when it dies. Isn't it when it dies or when it enters you get the card draw and the life gain when which enters the battlefield you get the life, when it leaves you draw the card? Like a weaker version of Solemn Simulacrum. I like that card. Solemn was a good card. Is a good card. Right. Push my... Maybe if I would have ran the Golden Demise, maybe I would have survived that game, right? Die, draw one. Okay. Thanks, Kenny. Well, we're hitting land drops like it's cool. I mean, he's just not going to swing right now, I don't think, unless he's got a piece of removal. So we're just going to cruise our way to get these 6 lands down and Carnage Tyrant. Carney T. Mending of Dominaria. So, what is this? Bant Mending? Oh, Bant. It's right for the Horde. Bant. Drover. No Dino, so it's a baby. Boy, Chaos Maul would be good. Maybe one Dargaz for a Chaos Maul. Bant Ramp. Look at this. Well, he's cruising, ain't he? Let's go ahead and get tap land down here. So this, yeah, so Bant ramp. So he's probably ramping into Carnage Tyrant or something. He could cast Carnage Tyrant right now. Is there some revolt that I should be avoiding him getting? No? He's 1 card off of approach, and we still haven't done anything. I mean, we haven't done anything. We played a Branchwalker and sit there for a little while. He revealed a Land of War Elves. He revealed it again and bend it. So grow and then bend. Does not need more land. Of course not. Look at these. Look at these bad boys here. These 1/1. Just too many big dudes. bet this is land destruction? Well, I hope not. We plan on hard casting 7 drops at this point. I mean, we're going to try to bring in Carnage. Well, we're going to bring in Carnage Tyrant next turn. He may have a way to stop it, settle the wreckage, something crazy like that. But, not that settles crazy, but fumigate. But we're going to play Carnage Tyrant here. I don't think I like splitting the number of Liliana we have. I think that Liliana is like so important to the deck that you want 4 of her, because a lot of times you're just going to play her and down tick her anyway. You're not even worried if she dies. So it's like she's kind of a one-shot thing. So sometimes she's a one-shot thing. So I don't know if this is going to be great later. Right now we got to try to put the brakes on. Put on the brakes. I mean, he played a mending, so put the top 2 cards of his graveyard in. So he's about to have 1 extra land. Okay, so it's a Tatiova deck. Okay, it's that deck, Tatiova. What's up, Aiden? It's going. We gave a pretty good fight against red-black vehicles and took them to game 3. It got pretty close, and we did end up losing that one. We're in match 2, game 1 here against the Bant Ramp, and this deck's proven to be very slow. Like, if you don't have a Cathartic Reunion or something like that, you have no way to like really churn through these cards. So I'm probably going to make a couple extra suggestions at the end of this. I normally don't make suggestions, but I really like the idea of this deck, and I think that it could run a little bit smoother. But the Divest is a really good card. I just think this probably be Tormenting Voice. Like, you want to see Cathartic Reunion and Tormenting Voice every game. Every single game. You want to be able to bend these big dudes out of your hand and, you know, draw into your Lilianas and your Reanimators. So, I mean, holding this right here without a way to discard has been just a miserable feeling, but now that I have this. But if we would have had this on any of the turns that we had nothing else to do, then, you know, we would have had something to do. Bantageddon sounds better. Bantamagadon. I mean, do we just keep Carnage Tyrant back to stop damage, or do we go, hey, we're gonna hit you for 14 right here? We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If he has a Carnage Tyrant, we're dead. This returns all lands. He's got 5 cards in hand. I don't think I'm swinging with Carnage Tyrant. Not until we're pushing lethal and he has to block. So, I'm just going to come in with Dargaz here. I mean, we could always play a Dargaz, let the other guys die, and just have them like just coming back in on each other. Just play them 3 turns in a row, and then just have a fresh Dargaz every turn. So if they do deal with one, you got another one coming. Oh, now you guys Armageddon doubt it. Have I seen the new Dragon Shield sleeves? You're talking about the new art ones? Yes, yes. I seen the review that the professor did on it, and it was just, they were awesome, awesome. He's got Nizahal. He's gonna get a Nizahal. Okay, well, I'm gonna be like Cathartic Reunion, swing at you. Ooh, 6. He can't play the Nizahal. Can he play anything though? Because that's not cool. I mean, if he wipes the board, then we just play another Dargaz. We could swing for 14 and play Dargaz and leave him up. Like, that might not even be a bad play. It'd be like, bam, here I'm swinging for lethal, and then, second main phase here. Another Dargaz. I don't know. I think I want a Cathartic Reunion and see if I can get into, like, a Liliana or something. I mean, we've got 7 mana, so we can Cathartic Reunion. If Liliana is there in the top, then, you know... Ooh, wow, we got a Devis. Let's do this first. I almost only want to get rid of one of them, but I am going to pitch them both. If he hasn't dealt with the first one here. Alright, let's at least know what we're working with. We'll see if that Settle the Wreckage is there. I mean, if the Settle is there, then we'll hold up. Okay, so the opponent is holding Settle, Seal Away. Well, we'll take Nizahal. Fall of Thrawn. Destroy all lands. Wow. So if he can have that down, then get the Mending to go off. Wow. Alright. I don't know how we get around Settle. I mean, he's got a bunch of Settles. We got a bunch to get through. Is this a Saga tribal deck? I don't know. I mean, but with Mending, if you can have all of our lands get destroyed, right? And then Mending, so the Mending goes off, brings back all lands from the graveyard. I mean, that's... I mean, well, he's not even having to use Settle. Like, I get the combo. Like, so you have turn tick 3 of Mending go off at the same time that, you know, you're destroying all lands. Or you destroy all lands at your second main phase, pass to the opponent, and when he passes back, your Mending goes off. It's a Saffron Olive deck? Cool. Well, it's got all the tools to stop us, so, I mean, these sealaways are going to be painful. Or the Settle the Wreckages are going to be painful. Come on, tap like 2 more. Lyra Dawnbringer. Wonder if he's got Fumigate in the deck. Kind of want to play this Gonti just to find out. But I think we're just going to play Liliana. Bring back Dargaz. I mean, if he has Tatiova on the battlefield when he brings back all those lands, he draws a ton of cards. I mean, it's just it's a really crazy interaction. We don't have Doomfall, so I mean, we need something from the opponent here. Let's play the Lily. We'll get a Dargaz and just leave that back. I don't think we swing with Carnage Tyrant here, because I think he would just put bodies in front of Carnage. I don't know. We can get Carnage Tyrant back. Let's do it. Let's see if we can make him spend that Settle the Wreckage. He has to spend it to get rid of Carnage Tyrant, I think. I mean, if he puts Lyra and a bunch of other things in front of it, I'm okay with that. Like just trading the Carnage Tyrant for Lyra. So he's gonna have to make some choices here. Like if he puts J Light Ranger and Lyra in front of it, I take the Lyra. Yeah, we just take Lyra. I expect him to just settle though. I mean, he's got what, 2 settles? 2 settles in the end? No, oh yeah, he had 2 settles and a Seal Away and Follow Thran. There it is. I mean, I'm not 100% sure what he was waiting on here. So, Settle's also one of those cards that he could, like, just swing with everything and call himself. Let's grab another mountain. Although, I don't think we need it. I mean, 7/7 Flying Trample Haste is not bad. Fish one out. Yeah. Yes, we're running a journeyless Reanimator deck. So does he settle himself here? Yeah, he does. He doesn't need that to leave. He's gonna settle himself. There's no way he does this. Everything at Lily, huh? Well, I'm going to try to kill Lyra Dawnbringer? I mean, he can always just sack the Scavenger Grounds. Bye, Lily. You'll be back. Just planeswalk away and come back. I mean, a 2 loyalty counter Lily just ate a Lyra and took a ton of damage for us, so that's not horrible. Alright, well, he's going for the mending combo here. Right. See, I like the idea of having a sack outlet. I really do. I like the idea of having a sack outlet to get rid of him when they go to Vraska's Contempted. So yeah, Yahini would be good, and Yahini would make Vile Offering easier to cast. So and I want to play Vile Offering. I think it's a really good card. If I was going to play more Vile Offerings, I might even play a copy of Eldest Reborn or something in the deck. So he just brings Lyra back from the grave. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want his Nizahal. And I want to kill Tatiana. So maybe he'll go ahead and Scavenger Grounds here. Yep, looks like he's going to go for it. Does that counter the Vile Offering? does not. Okay, well, I'm going to Gonti now. Mending doesn't seem bad for us. Um, he can't settle. Does he have another seal away? Let's go for it. Just like push forward. Arrgh. I think Mending's actually a really good card for us. Put the top 2 cards of our library into our graveyard, then we may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Doesn't seem bad. The cool part about Mending here, though, is going to be we're going to be able to get it down so that when this land thing goes haywire here, we might be okay. Plus, we're going to be able to mill ourselves for 2 before we play Liliana. We already have the 10 mana, so we can play Mending and we can play Liliana and hopefully bring something back. Problem is oh no, it's a may. You may return target creature card, so we can just choose not to return the creature card and then just reanimate it with Liliana, maybe. So this should be the Fall of Thrawn. Nope, Tatiova. Man, Chaos Maw. Chaos Maw would be so good on this board. I can't believe... I mean, yeah, he was tapped that turn, right? Yeah. At least we got to clock him to a little bit more damage. Oh no, like if he casts the Fall right now, like does he have Fall? I'm not for sure. But if he does cast Fall, then I won't have the mana to be able to cast anything, will I? Seal away. No. I don't know. I mean, if he swings, I block with Gonti and 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't like you, opponent. It's not right. It just ain't right. Just ain't right, opponent. Yeah, we just didn't get this in time. I should have Gonti'd earlier. Oh well, good game, Dar guys. Right? Look at that. If we would have Gonti'd first and then played this instead of playing the other spell to kill Tatiava in the first place, then we would have had this card and we would have been able to play it. So that was a mistake on my part. I should have Gonti'd first and gotten the Mending. Then I would have played the Mending in time to save myself from this Fall of Thrawn here. I don't like this card. I don't like that card. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those hindsight punts. Like, you don't know that you made the punt until you get the information further down the line. So, I don't know. Maybe I should have been playing around it. I knew it was there. So maybe I should have been trying to dig for one of his mendings. Like, I should have thought of that as the out. So, nah, he didn't deck out. He was going to be fine. Like, he just returned all of his lands and his upkeep, drew a bunch of cards, and then kind of go from there. But he does have a bunch of creatures. I'm running Golden Demise. I'm running Duress over Doves. I'm going to take out my small creatures because of the Golden Demise. And I'm going to run it like that. I mean, we did have a weird hand there, so... Brontodon, oh yeah. Let's take out everything smaller than Golden Demise. So, I mean, I'm not worried about being real quick. Get those little guys out of the way. Right, you're right, you're right. Yeah, the Bantageddon deck is savage. That's the first time I've seen it. I don't know why I haven't checked it out before, but I haven't seen that deck. So I guess I need to watch more, better known as Saffron Olive. Takes a bow. What are you bowing for? You was all saying Gonti. Okay. Understood. Understood. Another punt. Well, we're waiting on the opponent. Bant gets respect. So Rush is like, I'd play Gonti first. And someone said Rush might be right. It's all of y'all. It's all saying Gonti. We've got Golden Demise. We've got Gonti. We can play Gonti. Here we go. I'm going to keep this hand. I mean, it's not the greatest hand in the world, but I'm going to keep it mainly because, like, the Golden Demise and the Thrashing Brontodon. Thrashing Brontodon is going to be really good to help handle the mending. So, he's not going to Armageddon until mending, so. He would have still had Scavenger Grounds. Okay. Cathartic Reunion or land off the top. Cathartic Reunion would be nice. Because Cathartic Reunion could probably get us into a land. Like, I don't think this deck has enough, like, cards like that, so... Like, I think it needs more... Ooh, we got a land. Alright. Now we need a black land. We needed a green one there. So we need Woodland and Cemetery? Yeah, Woodland Cemetery is like best draw off the top right now. This is aggravating me. It looks like it's split. It's like not the same. Oh, it's aggravating me. Hit a land, hit a land, hit a land. He hit a land. Is he gonna grow it? Yep, he grew it. So Golden Demise is not gonna help us there. Land Gonti would. Wrong land, kind of. We need a swamp, Woodland Cemetery, or Dragon Skull Summit off the top. Pretty bad. I mean, maybe he has some more dorks. I expect after sideboard he gets rid of a bunch of the dorks. We're not a really super fast hand. I mean, we do have cards like Daragaz that can just end the game quickly, but another Jade Light Ranger. Maybe he's digging for land here. Faunalthron entered the revealed zone. Does he leave it on top? He left it on top. Like, getting above these golden demises is our... Like, that's going to do us in. Just the fact that he's getting above golden demise. Yep, that's going to be game, guys. 'Twas a good game, but it is over now. We just can't deal with it. And without a way to pitch things into the graveyard. This deck has, like, just, like, nothing to do early game. It's like every game we play, we're just not doing anything till, like, turn 5 or 6. There's the mending. I don't know, I can... He's got no creature. We don't want to leave our mana tap. So he puts the top 2 cards of his library into his graveyard, and we can return a creature card. We got our Woodland Cemetery, so, I mean, at least there's that. I mean, Thrashing Brontodon puts some brakes on in the Fall of Thrawn. Because, like, now if he goes to do it, we pop that, and now we're all out of land, which probably not that horrible. Let's see, I return black, then why didn't he swing with everything? Because then he can't cast it. So he does. He goes ahead and casts it anyway, and there's nothing I can do to stop him from swinging next turn. So that's going to be game. This deck, like, has a feeling to it. Like, when I was playing a lot of the Mardu Gearhulks and, like, building the Mardu Gearhulks decks and things like that, there was just one thing that always felt like you just couldn't get enough of. And I know I normally don't do this to a Devs deck, but I really like the idea of this deck, and I want to play... What is going on? Like, you guys might get on to me for this, but I want to actually be able to play with the deck. And I think the one thing that it needs more than anything else is a better milkshake. And Tormenting Voice is that milkshake, I think. Could probably even take the place of Merfolk Branchwalker. But I just think that that's... I don't have the Seeker Squires, or I'd make this change as well, or at least split them. Like, I think Seeker Squire is a good card. Like, I would run Seeker Squire over Merfolk Branchwalker, or at least 2 and 2. And then I would probably remove one Daragaz for a Chaos Maul. Like, that would be the changes I would want to make to the deck. After playing it, the Torgar is actually really, really good. Pirate's Pillage, right? Like, Pirate's Pillage would... Ooh. That actually would be a really good card. Like, just take that over one of the Cathartic Reunions or something. We don't really have a lot going on turn 4 that gets you to a turn 5. Do I have Pillage? If I have Pillage, I will put Pillage in. Because I think that is the one thing the card is needing. Just more discard outlets. Or the deck is needing. So, I don't even know if I have Pillage. I do. I have a Pirate's Pillage. All right, I'm gonna run it like that. And you guys might get mad at me for changing one of Dev's decks, but and I normally don't do that, but I really like this idea. I think Dev's got like an Jun is awesome. So put a journey in. What would I take out? Another branch walker? Oh man, it should have a journey. I would have put a journey in, but we did have an opponent. Like I would have went back and put journey in. Okay, so we get the cathartic reunion this game, so this game's not really gonna show us a lot right there, but Toolcraft Exemplar. Someone's gonna do it. They're gonna be like, you know, you would have been able to cast that Merfolk Branch Walker there. Yeah, you're right. You can't see the cards well since we scaled down the board a little while back. So make sure you check the settings and go to and make sure you're at least 480p. You can put it as high as you want, but make sure you're at least 480p. So now we go J-Light Ranger next turn. He scooped. He didn't have another land. He scooped it up completely. Wow. All right. I'm going to play one more game here with this. So what do we take out? We've got the Pirate's Pillage. I'll take out the Seeker's Squire. Journey. I like the card. I don't know how I have 6 of them. I think I drafted it a few times or something, but I bought a playset of them when it first came out. So I just thought Journey was a really good card. I also think that Liliana should be a straight up 4 of in the deck. But yeah, I mean, I guess at that point you would take out like a Servant of the Conduit. Branchwalker is actually probably better than Servant, but we'll roll with it like this. I don't want to make too many changes, but I really wanted to make the change of like just more draw discards, more milkshakes, I believe he calls them. So like having those in the deck means that you can have faith in hands like this, because there's just more chances that you can just dump some of these additional lands, get to something better. Like Merfolk Branchwalker and J-Light Ranger, they're awesome. That Explorer mechanic, you know, pitching stuff from your graveyard or from your library into your graveyard is a really powerful effect. But in more times than not, like having the selection of looking through your hand of 6 cards or so and going, okay, I'm going to throw this because this is specifically what I want, is more powerful than just that next random card off the top of your library. So I do think that tormenting voices and stuff are like something that we should always think about when we're looking at. I mean, this is going to be a tapped. All right. So if I go tap land this turn, I can bring in the Branchwalker next turn. So I'll just play a red black here, and then we'll play Blooming Marsh on 2 so that the Branchwalker can come in untapped, because everything else until we get a basic or a cycling land is coming in tapped. Alright, so there's that basic we were looking for, and the basic will bring in everything except for the Woodland Cemetery. So I mean, we can at least deploy a small threat here, and we get yet another land. Like this is like the supreme situation where if you could get Tormenting Voice or Cathartic Reunion, that's going to be so much better than having a Merfolk Branchwalker. Like so, top decking one of those over top decking something like a Devise or something like that. I just think that, yeah, there's a Cathartic Reunion. There we go. So I know I need more red, black. I need a little bit of green. We'll just play the Rootbound Crag. We'll pitch. I guess, yeah, we'll pitch Dragon Skull. No. We pitch Woodland Cemetery Mountain. So now we can control every land that comes in. I mean, we could already, but... Alright, there's a Tormenting Voice. Yeah, I shouldn't have played this land this turn. Should have waited till I seen what I got after the draw. So yeah, I didn't even think about that. That interaction or that extra little piece of 1% here, 1% there. I didn't even consider it until I'd already played that. Oh, I could draw a tap land, and I don't have any other way to maximize the mana in the deck. So yeah. We know we want a Tormenting Voice. And I can get rid of Forest. We get rid of Forest, we can play Sheltered Thicket, or we can play... Yeah, we play the Sheltered Thicket. No. I want to be able to cycle this turn, kind of. I mean, we've got so many lands, I do want to trade some of them in. So I'll just play the Mountain, and we'll cycle a Canyon Slew here. Alright, the Battle of Dominaria. It's a lot of damage coming at us. I mean, we're gonna take 7 here, but that's okay. So we take the 7, we go to 13. And there's Teferi. So we definitely try to destroy the Teferi. Oh, it's got hexproof. We don't even have that option. We'll cycle our Canyon Slew. Servant of the Conduit. Well, Dragon Skull, like all of these come in untapped. I think we have to try to kill the Teferi here. So I am going to go for that. I don't have anything like worth bringing back, so we can't kill the Teferi, of course. Oh, I can't even cast that. I can't even cast that. I forgot. It's one of those stupid legendary sorceries. Yeah, that should be a Liliana, guys. I know that Liliana doesn't kill. No, I don't want to concede yet. I'm not that done. We're not that done. Alright, well, I mean, next turn we can play Carnage Tyrant. He can't stop that. And then the turn after that, Dargaz. I mean, we've got the land. I mean, this is 6 and 7 right here. We've got all of our colors. Right, yeah, but I can't play it. Yeah, no legendary creature. No, I get it. You guys are saying it. I'm paying more attention to this and just kind of talking rather than reading chat. I got you. Wow. All right. Yeah. This should be a Liliana. I get it that like a Liliana can't kill Teferi and this can, but this is still going to be horrible. Alright, so the reason I'm going to block with this is because I'm going to play Carnage Tyrant this turn. Doesn't matter, we're dead. We just dead. We're dead. I mean, jeez. Alright. Did I not make a green? Doesn't matter. There's a Lily. I don't think she saves us, though. She definitely doesn't save us. Carnage Tyrant? Like, do we even show him what we have? I mean, so far he's only seen a bunch of lands, Tormenting Voices, ramp cards. Like, he could think we're a number of different decks. We show him Carnage Tyrant and he knows. So let's look at it. If we play Carnage Tyrant, we die in the air. If we play Daragaz, which we can't do. If we play Lily, we die in the air. We're dead in the air. Let's not show him any other cards. Vraska's Contempt and Duress. I am. I'm dropping the small dorks in this deck. I mean, it might be better against control. I think this is better against like the Scarab God. But he's got History of Benalias and things like that. He's just gonna eat these up. Like we have to get like Golden Demise is like really good against History of Benalia. I think we just want to get a bigger body than History of Benalia. I want to stay on the plan of reanimating. Golden Demise is possibly, yeah. Don't overthink. Try to survive. You can't survive. Like there's no way we could stop the air attack. How far behind are you, Rush? We have 2 lands. I mean, we can keep. We can. Yeah, let's put that on top. And we can discard Daragaz and that. He knows where we are now. Turn 2, throw 2 big dudes in the graveyard. And got 4-0 on everything. I'm sorry about your deck today, Justin. I really am. Like, I want to get another game in with your deck. Even in the coffee time, I was playing your Trials deck in the background there. Just playing around with your deck. So, like, go check out the coffee time. Like, there's more of your deck there. So, I mean, we can Cathartic Reunion, get rid of the other 2 Daragaz, duress our opponent, get rid of something out of his hand. I definitely want to duress the opponent. So let's do that. Okay. Dovinbon. Yeah. Seal away, Wizard's Retort. He's going to be able to just hard cast that soon. I'm going to take the Teferi just because I don't want to deal with Teferi. Three Daragaz in the grave. History. Take the history. Maybe I should have kept a Dargos. I am more worried about Teferi than I am history. I'm going to Pirate's Pillage and get rid of these lands. Like, I don't know if I should get rid of both lands, though. Oh, you only get one on Pirate's Pillage and then draw two, right? It's Tormenting Voice. My bad. So we'll get rid of one land. We'll still have 7 mana next turn. Yeah, alright. Woodland Cemetery, Chupacabra. And we can cast both next turn. Teferi, get rid of Teferi. Right, everyone else is blue-white. Like, there's a lot of blue-white going around. This is my favorite version of blue-white, though. The heroic or historic deck. I like it better than the blue-white control that's floating around. I just really like that version of Teferi with the Wizards Retort and Merfolk Looters and things like that. Like it, or Merfolk Tricksters. I just think they're really good. It's just a really good deck. Oh, ain't that sweet. So I'm not playing Carnage Tyrant here, and the reason I'm not playing Carnage Tyrant is because the opponent is tapped out. So if the opponent wasn't tapped out, like we know he's got that Wizard's Retort in his hand. So I have my 6th mana right here for the Carnage Tyrant, so I'm perfectly okay with going ahead and playing the Ravenous Chupacabra. We'll kill one of these, and then I'm going to play the Merfolk Branchwalker. Because even if he holds up his lands for next turn, so that he can counter us, we can just play the Carnage Tyrant straight through it. So that's the reason I'm going to go ahead and use this mana here. I'm just going to get this down before he can Wizard's Retort. I think it's the right play. Kind of wouldn't mind having them for later. Just after we play this Carnage Tyrant, it's going to be a good card to have. I mean, we know we're playing land Carnage Tyrant next turn, so I'll just keep it on top. We'll just keep playing Jade Light Rangers. I mean, if he knows that we have that Jade Light Ranger on top and he holds open, oh no, Barry's. Oh no, Barry, don't do it. I'm sorry, sir. I never seen a Metalwork Colossus in your deck. I like it. Not one game did we even see Metalwork Colossus in your deck, and I played it twice. Like when I'm doing those individual matches, like when I'm like just the individual decks, it's much easier to give a little bit more time. So if things just go wrong, you can just play again. So I went to play again, and it wasn't good. It wasn't pretty. He can only kill one of these. So which one are you going to kill? Okay. I don't think our opponent did math right there. Or maybe it was like, I'm willing to trade this knight for Chupacabra. I mean, he could have killed the J-Light. Oh, he's going to make more. Alright. Well, he can't Wizard's Retort right now. What else does he have? Wizard's Retort. Oh, he's got a Seal Away. Okay. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and play our Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker. Yeah, I played it a couple games, Barry. I did, and I just never seen a single card. Although yours you should definitely watch because there was a really cool treasure deck that we played against when we were playing your deck, Barry. Like that treasure deck had some things going on, man. It was Anointed Procession and Lannery Storm, and he had the Fireweaver, and he had the Red Saga. So at one point he made 12 treasures, and Fireweaver had it was the third tick on the Saga. Fireweaver, like he tapped yeah, treasure map ended up making 12 treasures because the Anointed Processions, and instead of doing us 12 points of damage, each one was going to do an extra 2 points of damage, so it ended up being like just a ton of damage. I think I added, I don't know, it was something crazy like that. I added it up and it was crazy. Whew. All right, Dovin Bond, you're going to be ticking down on this. Carnage Tyrant's going to be eating things. I want a Liliana. Okay, so we can get greedy. I'm going to make the greedy play, guys. I'm going to do it. We're going to be super greedy. Don't be Liliana on top, because I don't want to. All right, so there's the Wizard's Retort. All right, yep, I was way too greedy. Let's just see how greedy we can be. Now, the reason I swung with the Jade, okay, because I want to get something through, and I expect him to trade all of his, knights here, which means that when it goes off next turn, it's not going to be that impactful. Dovin Bond still takes the 1. Like, this just saved us a ton of damage by swinging at Dovin Bond right there. I mean, these would have all been 4/3s. Yeah. So he would have been swinging for like 12. I think that was the right play to swing. Especially since we're Reanimator and we can end up bringing something back. I mean, we gave him the option if he wanted to put 2 in front of this, he loses Dovin Bond. So I think that was a free swing, and it turned out to be right. Right, it will have the 4/3, but it'll have sickness, so we don't take all of that damage. Right. Well, he couldn't bind it. He was tapped out. Now he's gonna bind it. There we go. Let's just go ahead and get rid of that. Land Liliana. We can't get that lucky, right? No way. No way. It's not horrible. Just pop that Dovin Vaughn or wait for like a Teferi. I mean, this is a pretty good time to do it. I mean, Teferi coming down next turn would just be devastating, though. So, I mean, if he glimmers, finds Teferi, we're in trouble. But getting rid of Dovin Bond's not bad. Oh. How's it going? Nebd, it is, it's an interesting deck, and it looks like it's, like, just off of being, I don't know, maybe I would have to play it a little while, but, of course he got the Teferi. Of course he did. Of course he did. Alright. Alright, I mean, you know. Oh, been running awful cold here lately, guys. Been running awful cold. Um, what am I saying wrong? Tiffery? Teferi? What am I saying wrong? History of Benalia, Wizard's Retort. Um, Glimmer of Genius, Daragaz. What am I saying wrong? Carnage Tyrant, Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. Am I not saying this right? Like, what am I not saying right? He puts commas in front of butts like he's using, you know, I ain't even going there. And then puts dot 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 after hey. Huh. Um. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Most of the time people just ask, but I mean, I guess we could put in a game counter or something like that, but I was trying to make the entire thing look much smoother with less stuff on it, so don't do it. He hasn't done anything that bad. He just wants me to pronounce something a different way, and I don't know. I don't know what he wants me to say. I don't know what I said wrong. Oh, dude, snowflake's not a nice word. You can't get rid of. You can't say snowflake. All right, can't say snowflake, and you can't call me cotton. That's a joke. All right, that was a joke. All right, this game. Yeah. He wants you to pronounce specifically without an X sound. What? Especially. Especially? Especially? Really? And especially does. Nah, that's dialect, bro. Like everyone where I'm from, that's how you would say it. So, especially, yeah, I can hear the difference. Like in my accent, you guys might not be able to hear the difference, but there's a huge like I am not saying is. Um, no. Yeah, whatever. Heard waffle. I got you waffle. Like especially, it's yeah, whatever. Can we land this? Can we land this to live? To live, live. We're dead. All right, just behave. This game, we're dead. Dead on board. No cards in hand. Reanimator. Oh, darn. I really wish Reanimator would have worked better. I mean, like, seriously, like, that's the one thing out of all the words that I have said and mispronounced and everything else, especially was the one. Oh, my goodness. Alright, then. I do try to enunciate. Come on. Live free or die trying, right? Alright, I got you. Um, Abandoned grief. Abandoned griefs. Okay. Personally, I say especially, however, there are people I know that say especially. 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 Which isn't a word, but hey. Ho. From Newcastle, UK, so must be a worldly thing. I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, the sporlings, saprolings. I was straight just saying the wrong word for like the whole game. I get that. So whatever. That's gonna happen. I'm gonna say the wrong cards. I'm gonna call like you know, trinket mage, trophy mage. I'm gonna call trophy mage, trinket mage. Like these things are gonna happen. You're sure. What'd you miss? The whole thing. You missed the whole thing. Um, I do think sporelings make so sense. Saplings are trees, right? Like a sapling is a tree, and where I'm from, it's not a sapling; it's a sapling. But anyway, and it's taters and it's maters, and but I do say potatoes or potatoes. Um, yeah, I say potatoes, but taters is what people call it around here. I want some mashed taters or something like that. So if you are worried about me saying something properly, you're watching the wrong channel, buddy. Like I am going to mispronounce people's names. I'm going to mispronounce cards. I'm going to like leave words out. I'm not going to read cards verbatim. I'm just going to say what they do. Yeah. Like you're definitely going to have to overlook the speech when it comes to me. So I hope all of you that are sticking around are like, yeah, I can deal with this. But either way, washing machine? Oh, a washing machine. Okay, see, I didn't even get that, Justin. Yeah, I say washing machine. I say washing machine, but I say wash. Like, go wash this. Go wash this. And people get so mad. You know how there's no R in wash? But I do say washing machine, but I also say washer. Or go wash this, but I also call a washer a washer. So, like a washer is like the thing that you put under a nut to like a lock washer to keep it from backing off, whereas a washer is that thing that sits beside the dryer, right? Like I don't know, but Sunday's still wash day, I'm telling you, the dude didn't care. They just wanted to troll. I got you, Waffle. I got you. Either way, guys, so what'd you think about Dev's deck? I liked the deck. I think the deck was great. I just think that we had some just there was a couple games there where we just drew land after land after land, which is the main reason I was like, let me have something to pitch some stuff away with, and I mean, let's get our divest back in here and look. Divesta. What have I done? Jeebus. I mean, Jesus. Oh, you guys would kill me from that. And I'm from the South. I shouldn't have made that. Yeah, all right. No jokes. No jokes there. Trolls want human interaction, even if it's negative. Heard. Especially, um, especially that troll. Well, you got it, buddy. You got it. The deck's cool. I like it. I think that there's some cool interactions there. I think Servant of the Conduit and Merfolk Branchwalker are wasted cards in here. I just don't think that you want to be doing that. I think that you want to be setting up drawing. Like, you want your draw engine. You want turn 5 Liliana. Let's do this. And I don't think that playing any other way or playing to be... the only one in this particular deck is the only Reanimator spell in the whole deck. So if you don't hit the Liliana, you're not actually reanimating anything. And I mean, you've also got the Yawgmoth Vile Offering. Like Yawgmoth's Vile Offering is really good, but you gotta have like a Liliana, or you gotta already have used Liliana to bring back a Daragaz or Torgar. You know, one of those. Like really, especially when we're saying Daragaz and Torgar. Come on. Oh, anyway, like whatever. Anyway, Yawgmoth's Vile Offering is really good, but I actually think that the Eldest Reborn is a better card. I think that that's probably what we should be using. I mean, yeah, you play it for the same amount as the Yawgmoth's Vile Offering, but it's a saga. So immediately when you play it, they got to get rid of a creature, and then the next turn they're going to discard a card. So you're going to get some major value out of this thing. And then, you know, once you finally get your third tick on it, you're going to be able to put a creature or a planeswalker from the graveyard onto the battlefield. So there's a lot of value here, and it's a lot of the same value that you get from Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. But Yawgmoth's Vile Offering is a very powerful card. You're going to get all of that value immediately, except for the discard, of course. So, like, you're going to kill a creature or a planeswalker. You're going to get a creature or a planeswalker back. So, I mean, Eldest Reborn, Yawgmoth's Vile Offering, they're both, you know, good cards, and I think that those are some cards that I'm going to be playing around with in the blue, the Sultai version of the deck. I'm going to be running a Sultai deck, and I get why people wanted to be in Jund here. I get why Dev wanted to be in Jund here with the Dargaz Reincarnated. You know, it's a cool card. It screams Reanimator. It screams, you know, hey, I'm going to be hard to deal with. But personally, I don't get the hype on this card. Yep, Flying, Trample, Haste. Let's do this. 7/7. But there's so many copies of Vraska's Contempt going around that people are just able to deal with this. Like, you can just deal with this. And that's a pain. That is a real pain. So, Torgar impressed me in the mono red matchup. I still think that Chaos Maul needs to be in this deck at least somewhere, probably in place of one of these Daragaz. But I get it. I get why you want to play like 3 Daragaz, because like this is the card that you want to be bringing back. I just don't. I don't agree. I don't think that I want that many Daragaz. I want more options in my graveyard, or at least options in my hand of what I'm putting into my graveyard. So I think that I would like at least one Chaos Maul in here. Originally, when we started playing this, I said that maybe it was the Torgar that needed to be put into the, you know, like be traded out for Chaos Maul. But after actually seeing the power of Torgar in the games where we had done no damage, then all of a sudden we've done 10 damage, and then we're swinging for 7 more. Like, those games were, like, they really impressed me on the Torgar, but in that red-black aggro deck, or red-black vehicles deck that we played against, Torgar actually stabilized us, and then there was also that one play that we were able to see later after we seen what he had to cast. That if we would have played the Torgar, it would have taken us from 9 to 10, and that would have been the 1 point that would have mattered. So yeah, there's some really cool interactions in here. Out of the things I definitely want to take away from this and put into my Sultai Reanimator when I finish working on that is I'm not going to be running Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. I think that more times than not, you're just going to get trapped by not having the legendary creature. If I was going to play the Daragaz, I think that I would play the Yahini, so you had the option of sacrificing it. I do think that Liliana needs to be a 4 of in the deck. Like, the very first change that I think you need to make to this deck is just go straight 4 of Liliana right here. The second change would be take one of these Daragaz out for the Chaos Maul. I do like the Torgar. I think that most of the early creatures here in this deck can be removed altogether for some mainboard board wipe. I think that we want to just kind of keep the board nice and clean and just have the biggest thing left laying around. Most of those decks, if we would have been running mainboard Yahini's Expertise, we would have been able to do some really nasty things to the opponent, and that would have been, I think that would have been the right play. So I think that we can hold off on the servants and everything and spend more time putting more cheap spells in the deck where we can actually protect ourselves and yet draw the pieces that we need and set up our graveyard like we need to. I also think that the land base needs some Field of Ruins. You're going to need the ability to get rid of scavenger grounds or something like that. So maybe Sweltering Suns. I personally think Yehini's expertise, because you're going to be able to wipe the board, and then it's neg one counter. So anything that's indestructible or something like that, like the neg ones are going to be really good. And then you can like follow that up with like your Jade Light or Cathartic Reunion or something like that. Now you still have to discard the cards when you're casting it, but either way, you would get the Cathartic Reunion, you'd get Jade Light. I don't really like the Divest main board. It's a cool interaction, but more times than not, like I think you want these early cards, these cheap spells, to protect you so that you can actually get on up into the other cards. So that's kind of my thought on the deck. I thought the deck was a lot of fun. Like, even though I was losing, I was having fun playing this deck. Like, I was having fun trying to set it up. I know that's because, like, I am a sucker for Reanimator decks. Like, it is one of my favorite archetypes. Like, as far as, like, it's got that combo feel, but we're getting that Timmy, hey, my big dude, like, I really like that kind of feel. So, Reanimator's awesome. I think that if we are going to be in Reanimator, though, we might want to like tweak up the synergy or tweak up the control a little bit. Either like make sure that we have some way to like chain into things or get some type of soft lock or something like that. And I think all of those would be like really good ideas to bring forward in our Reanimator decks. Again, I am going to be working on Sultai Reanimator because I prefer the blue draw cards, discard. I want to draw my cards first and then discard from a much larger selection. So I'm going to go with the Champion of Wits. And I also am going to go with the Strategic Planning over the Cathartic Reunions and the Branch Walkers and J-Light Rangers and things like that. I just think that that's for a Reanimator deck. I think that it's a little bit more important to be able to to have more options in your hand before you're making the choices of what you want to build your graveyard with, because in a Reanimator deck your graveyard is one of the most vital resources you have. So I do like that. You currently have a decked out blue-white historic deck, and I'm looking to build a second deck. You're thinking of green Stompy. Any options for and for sure want to be competitive. Then don't go mono green Stompy. Go green black Stompy. The green black Stompy, you can find it. It's a really good deck. Has those lines that you're looking for in that green Stompy deck. And so, like, if you're wanting that style of play, I mean, if you got the blue-white historic deck, you already have, like, one of the best, like, tricky, multiple line decks and things like that. So, I'm sure, like, you're like, hey, I want just a good beat-down deck. Sometimes I don't want to, go to time and stuff. I just want to, like, play this and wham! Ha ha ha! All of you that thought I was on control. Ha ha! I do that. I mean, yeah. I do that. You play your control deck for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and then you just show up with like, vehicles. And but yeah, I would say if you want to go on the Stompy, go for that green-black Stompy deck. It's really good. I've played against it a few times. It's got a lot of like cool interactions, and because you have the green, you're not like stuck just dead against certain matchups. So. Go with Abzan in this meta. I don't know if you can get away with the Steel Leaf Champion and the Abzan, but maybe you probably could, especially with Land of War Elves and things like that. So you was looking at that for sure. That that was what you had in mind. You have the mana base for the Sapperlings already, but the Sapperlings just feel terrible. Yeah, I wouldn't go for the Sapperlings. No. Look up the. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up for you, dude. Because I think it's one of the better decks in Standard right now, and like just a lot of people aren't playing it. And the less fatal pushes are being played, the more powerful this deck is. So let me pull it up really quick. I know that it was in like the top something in like Birmingham or something like that. Let's go back. Tim Wilson, thank you for subscribing, sir. Let's get this over here. Bam! Oh, that didn't do it. That didn't do it. Okay, so that's the Constrictor deck. Steel Leaf Stompy. Yeah, here we go. So it's Galta, Greenbelt Rampager, Land of War Elves. Like, you are a mono green deck, but you've got, Scrap Heap Scroungers, you've got Heart of Kirin in the deck, Blossoming Defense, Thrashing Brontodon, Steel Leaf Champion. And then what's beautiful about the deck is the sideboard. Like, the sideboard is what like separates this from the mono green stompy deck. You can run, like, you've got the Hour of Glory. The reason it's Hour of Glory instead of Vraska's Contempt here is the double black. Like, you're not really set to be able to have the double black, considering every land in the deck produces green. Like, there is no land in this deck that cannot produce green. You can hard cast Steel Leaf Champion every single game on turn 3 if you have 3 land and you're holding a Steel Leaf Champion. Like, that has been removed from this deck. Like, even the option to fail has been removed from this deck, and because of that, there's no double black cards in the deck. We do see the green cartouche, which is not a card we're normally used to seeing. So, like, there's some interesting cards in the sideboard here. Crushing Canopy, which is one that I am growing like more and more fond of. It is really good against the Lyra decks because, like, either you're killing the Lyra or you're actually killing one of their enchantments that's stopping one of your creatures or something like that. So I really like Crushing Canopy. There's just a lot of really good cards here. Lifecrafter's Bestiary is one of the best ways to beat those blue-white decks because you're just going to keep drawing so many threats. You're just going to play a threat, you're going to get another threat, you're going to play another threat. And this is one of the better Lifecrafter's Bestiary decks here. 29 creatures, okay? 29 creatures. You're going to just continue to just drag through your, or just drill through your deck, whatever you want to say. You're getting your deck when you're playing 29 creatures in Lifecrafter's Bestiary. So, like, that's my advice on if you're wanting a nice, good beatdown deck. Matter of fact, I should probably play this deck here really soon. So, maybe we'll play it here soon, and you'll get to look at it before you buy it. Which is, kind of the point. That's why I normally play most of the net decks, to see, hey, if you guys are going to, purchase one of these decks and put your own tweaks on it or whatever, look how it plays first, have an understanding of it. Because Lord knows I've built quite a few devs deck and paper and things like that before, and sometimes, like, when you build 5-10 decks, 20 decks a month, that is, like, you're going to be hit and miss. Classy, thank you for subscribing. It's going to be hit and miss. I mean, like, you can't build 20 decks in a month and expect them all to be tier 1 when there's only going to be, 3 tier 1 decks in all of standard, period. So, like, you guys got to remember that when it comes to, to building and brewing and keeping content rolling. There's only so many tier 1 decks that we can play. Once we've played those, at that point, everything from that point is against the odds. So, hey, black is just for splashing for scrap. No, black's for the sideboard mainly. But those cards that you just can't deal with, you got to have a decent sideboard options for it, and that's what the black's for. So, but the deck is really, really powerful, guys. Like, it's just so many threats that it's mean. Yeah, mono white's strong. There's some mono, like, there's a ton of tier 1.5 decks right now, and even though I haven't played a lot of them, I'm definitely going to start getting into playing more decks than just, like, we've played so many of Dev's decks lately. It's hard to keep up with those and play the decks that are showing up in the meta. So, I think you just had a heart attack. You fell. I fell holding my chest and holding my left arm up towards the chest. MTG, dude. MTG. Oh my god. Like, type in chat, please. Okay, he's still alive. I don't know what it is, but it's like, you should, if you're over 30 years old, you should probably go get your heart checked out, man. Like, heart conditions like the leading cause of death for us guys, man. And the food here in America ain't helping. So, yeah, that ain't no joke, man. You start having, like, pains in your chest, like, at least, if nothing else, go take a Bayer aspirin, man. Just go take a Bayer aspirin. That's not cool, man. Get well soon. That's weird that you're having chest pains. If you start feeling pain in your arm, numbness, stuff like that, at least take an aspirin. Get to the doctor. Don't drive. Dude, don't play around with that. Like, that muscle is what keeps you listening to me. Period. Like, listening to anything. Like, it keeps the blood flowing. Without blood flow, you're dead. Um, Energy drinks are killers. Oh man. Oh yes, yes they are. Oh man, I love me some energy drinks. I shouldn't drink them. I know I shouldn't, but I do. Guys, that's going to do it for tonight. I hope everyone had a lot of fun watching the deck. The deck was a ton of fun to play. I really did enjoy the deck. I like the interactions that we had here in the deck. I think there's some cards that we can cut and like just put in some other interesting cards. But I do think that there's some really, really cool cards that I probably wouldn't have considered for my. Basically, I mean Torgar. Torgar's better than I expected to be. Torgar is actually a lot better than I expected it to be, especially when there's a very aggressive deck in our format. Torgar is awesome. I do like this card, and I think that there will be probably 2 copies in my Reanimator deck. Even if I'm bringing this back with the Scarab God, which I'm putting the Scarab God in Sultai Reanimator. Like, that's going to happen. That is going to happen. So, Torgar. Torgar is awesome. You'll post a link to your Sultai in the comments. Awesome. Awesome. You can also post it over on the Reddit and vote on it, and if it gets the votes, I'll play it on Subscriber Sunday. I know most people like Reanimator as much as I do, and if we can find a Reanimator list that is great or is good, then yeah. Keep scooping and leaving. Just watch the coffee time. Right? Most people can't see the coffee time. Those are private links, so... oh, you just watched the coffee time. What? I mean, it was... I don't know. That Mull to Oblivion was... yeah, did you see... yeah, let's just go all the way to 3, and then I get 3 lands. I was like, scoop. Yeah. Alright, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Stick around for the credits. We'll see you... oh, wait. Tomorrow is Friday. Friday is my day off. I don't stream on Friday, so we'll see you guys Saturday. Man. Wow. What am I going to do tomorrow? Right? Like, what am I going to do? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to take the day off, though. Like, I've been streaming most days a week, at least some, so... streaming 7 days a week is... it gets a little hectic, like, you don't have an evening, so I'm going to take Friday off. I would like to, like, stream 5 days a week, but, you know. As of right now, that we're just going to keep doing it like we are. But, stress and panic attacks can cause those pains, too. Your heart is strong, but you've had pains for over a year after your dad... oh, wow. Sorry to hear that, man. Play random decks from the Reddit. Like, just play some random decks, but don't stream it. Oh man, if I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna stream it. Like if I'm playing, you guys gotta have the option to watch too, right? We gotta know how these decks are, like, so that we don't show up to a tournament with or without them. Like if the deck is strong, we're going to feel if it's strong or not. If it's not strong, then we're going to be like, I don't think it's a good time in the meta for this, because like this and this just hose it. Like that blue-white control deck right now is hosing everything. So yeah. Oh yeah, I do want to play a Hapatra deck. I actually do want to play a Hapatra deck. I was looking at that for Jund actually when I was thinking about building Jund, the Scorpion God deck. Jund the Scorpion God with Hapatra, Goblin Chain Whirler, Hapatra, Goblin Chain Whirler, Soulscar Mage. There was a ton of interaction in it, and it was just crazy. So I ended up just like tearing it apart and going a whole different route with it. But I was looking at what other options can I do with Goblin Chain Whirler in a Jund deck, and we got the mana base right, like where we could cast just about whatever we wanted. So maybe I'll go back and revisit that, and we'll just like have some fun with like a Jun, you know, the scarab, not the scarab, yeah, the scarab god. No, not the scarab god, the scorpion god. Maybe we can go have some fun with that. Oh, you tried Scorpion God. It was all right. You went with Archfiend of Ifnir. Don't you need like other like? Oh, you just cycle a land. Oh, you clever one, you. How about a Journey to Eternity deck? There's at least going to be one copy in my Sultai Reanimator. It's not necessarily a pet card of mine, but I think the card's good. So Sultai Reanimator, there'll be a copy of Journey to Eternity in there, possibly two. I'll probably throw two in at the beginning as I'm putting the cards together. I know all the cards I want to be playing with it, and I've kind of brewed around with it, talking with people and stuff like that. So yeah, Cycling Lands and Key to the City. I love Key to the City. Key to the City is great. All right. Well, I will. I'll look at that, Alex, and it goes down at the DM. You guys think it's just too slow, huh? You got a black-green Reanimator deck right now? Cool. Well, get over on the Reddit. Post those. I would love to see some of your guys' Reanimator decks. Let us know in the comments, you know, like, what do you think about Reanimator? Like, where do you think we should be with Reanimator? As always, like, one of my favorite versions of Reanimator is my Mardu Gearhulks, where I'm more likely to cast a Refurbish on a Gearhulk than I am to cast a Refurbish on something else. I like that idea because it gives you more Lilianas. Like, you get to run 7 Lilianas. I mean, even though they're one shot, it gives you 7 Lilianas. And by the way, if the guy who built the list that we were looking at earlier today, I don't think it's here. Yeah, here we go. This list. I originally said that you probably didn't want Jaya Ballard in this deck. I'm going to change my mind on that, and I'm going to go back and say that 2 Jaya Ballards don't sound that bad. The Ultimate gives you your Madcap experiments back, the Refurbishes back. The discard is awesome. Like, we were all saying that the discard was like the only reason to be there. But the +1 turns your Madcaps and your Refurbishes into 1 converted mana cost spells, which leaves open a lot of mana to actually cast those Gearhulks and stuff like that. So I do think that Jaya Ballard actually has a more viable shot in this deck than we had originally given it credit for. So yeah, Gearhulks are awesome, man. Gearhulks are awesome. I do like Gearhulks, Joseph. I know you retracted your statement, but I do like some Gearhulks. Either way, guys, stick around for the credits, and that's going to be it for tonight. Have fun, guys. Ooh, yeah, Deus Ex. Here we go. Alright, guys, remember, manatraders, SideboardMTG 15. If you want to save yourself some money, sign up. See you guys.